Born in 1953, Patricia grew up in Los Angeles. Years filled with music and the groundswelling of Black power. And then reality struck home as she saw Black friends fighting white friends. Why? So the next logical step was Cal, known for its emphasis on inclusion. It was the late 70s, and in her words, the call to action was urgent. As external graduate student body president, and in a defining moment in shaping her future as a community leader, she testified before the Board of Regents, imploring that they consider more than just test scores during the admissions process. Her parents had been interned during World War II, and to prove the loyalty of the Japanese Americans, her father had volunteered for the segregated 442 Regimental Combat Team. It became one of our country's most highly decorated units.
Yeah, the 442 Regimental Combat Team is an important touchstone for Patty. There's a strong feeling of needing to fight for civil rights, for social justice, for her. And I think it all grows out of that 442 involvement of her fathers and a lot of our fathers.
After law school, Patricia became a LA City prosecutor. She learned that battered Korean women were denying they'd been abused for fear of retaliation. She learned that domestic violence was not only a taboo topic in the Korean community, it was not yet a household term in mainstream America. And so she decided to make a film to explain that abuse would not stop without intervention. Support services were available. She met with Korean advisors and recruited a volunteer casting crew and others who simply wanted to help. The result was an Emmy-nominated educational documentary in Asian languages aired internationally. Women in 30-day emergency shelters needed more permanent help. So Patricia helped to rehab an apartment building into a transitional shelter, providing programs for women and children based on a feminist model of self-sufficiency.
APWC took a lot of heart, soul, dedication, blood, and sweat and tears. Patty would always be there, always available, in addition to, her real job. And through Patty's leadership, we were able to get all of the furniture donated to furnish the apartments. And that was another really inspiring moment when we were able to furnish the units, because that meant that we were going to help, our dream became a reality.
Patricia has tackled countless problems and issues for nearly 30 years. Her success has been attributed to finding solutions with stakeholders and her commitment towards mentorship.
I know Patty since the late 1980s. She wanted to recruit me to serve on the Planned Parenthood board, and then she would encourage me. Put it friendly, she would drag me out to rallies. And then she would, as Patty always does, she always encourages and pushes other people to the forefront.
In the hope of saving lives, she produced an award-winning documentary on breast cancer when she learned a close friend had late-stage breast cancer due to a misdiagnosis, a misconception that Asian women do not get breast cancer. The film remains an important resource to clinicians and the community. Her volunteer efforts are now giving a voice to Asians with disabilities. She co-founded a unique organization connecting Asians with disabilities, service providers, and the wider Asian community that has traditionally not embraced people with disabilities.
For the Asian culture, they really believe that they've done something wrong in their previous life. Therefore, these families really, hide and keep those individuals with disabilities hidden in their family.
APIDC has created a safe place for people with disabilities to share their experiences, be inspired, and gain support towards independence.
About 3 years ago, I met Patty, and we started talking, and she was telling me about APIDC, and I was telling her about how I had a son who was diagnosed with autism. It really has helped me and my family as far as having now a network and a community to go to. It helps me to try to contribute to my son's future, because I would want my son to grow up in a society where people are more accepting and appreciative of people with different abilities.
Patricia continues her work with APIDC and the many other important challenges she has taken on. a litigator, wife, and mother.
She really has a keen focus, so when she identifies a need, Patty just goes full force.
She just brings so much energy and encouragement to all of us that we just want to keep on doing more.